you can see I used red lines for the communist side, blue lines for the progressive, and of course the green jobs, and that line gets the green arrows. But you can see, I'm sure even from back there, that it's all intertwined with Van Jones. He's our green job czar, and I guess the White House doesn't want them called czars, they're advisors now. Too bad I've got czar. Anyway, he feeds into the Apollo Alliance and Acorn, and he previously fed into the Bay Area Police Watch, Storm, RAW, which is Roots Against War. He also feeds into the Weather Underground of the 60s that were bombing government buildings with Bill Ayers. And gee, didn't Obama say that he just had a casual relationship with Bill Ayers when he was running for election? I didn't realize who Carl Davidson was, and I wasn't paying too much attention to him until I did a little research on my own. He's a Marxist, anti-war activist, a political supporter of, he was a member of the Students for a Democratic Society, which has sort of become the communist movement for a democratic society. And he is also very involved in this new party. And this one scares me just a wee bit, because their objective is to endorse and elect leftist public officials. I don't have to talk too much about those. This says the Communist Party, CPUSA, and that feeds into the Communist Movement for a Democratic Society, and that feeds back to Jeff Jones and Bill Ayers. Of course, we know Bill Ayers was a terrorist, currently teaching some of our kids in college. Jeff Jones is currently an advisor to environmental projects and groups, to labor groups, the New York State government. He's on the Energy and Environmental Transition Commission. He, through Apollo, helped write the stimulus bill. And I'll stop there because I think many of us, before we ever got to this point of being politically active, thought that somebody was pulling the strings behind Obama, and we thought too many things happened so quickly after Obama was in office that there must have been a lot of plans laid beforehand. Yeah. So he helped write the stimulus bill. He is now helping colleges and groups to get money from the stimulus bill. He's an advisor that way. Sounds like a conflict of interest to me. We've got Mark Lloyd, the diversity czar. He says this freedom of speech, and I've added that.
He was just added this week, right?
Pardon?
He was just added this week, right?
At the FCC.
Yeah. Anyway, he says this freedom of speech is all too often exaggerated. He wants FCC rules to pay, that the radio companies have to pay 100% of their operating expense in taxes. So what are they going to operate on?
Shut them down.
Pardon?
Shut them down.
Yeah, sure. John Haldren, the science czar, says, neither the Declaration of Independence nor the Constitution mentions the right to reproduce. Guess what he wants to do? Or do I have to explain that? Cass Sunstein, the regulatory czar, he's proposed a ban on hunting, eating meat. He's proposed that dogs have attorneys. Yeah. Well, you know, some of them are abused pretty badly. And he was for the fairness doctrine for the internet. sort of backed off of that. I think he got a lot of heat. Counter our energy, climate, and global world warming, thank you, czar,
Since it's not real. it's
Yeah.
sort of not animated.
is part of the Socialist International Group for Global Government. Ezekiel Manuel, ready?
Mike,
Start over.
3 videos, and I'm just going through those 3 videos and transcribing what he's been saying and analyzing what he has said in those 3 videos. And one thing he keeps harping on, and the reason why he doesn't like any other healthcare plans out there, is he keeps harping on the delivery system. Okay? The delivery of healthcare to the people. All right? But here's the kicker. When he starts talking about his plan, he doesn't go into much detail about the delivery system. So, I mean, you can take it any way you want, but the problem he sees is how do we deliver healthcare to people who need it when we have limited resources? To me, that only implies one thing: cut off people who we judge don't benefit.